So, Sam,
Yes.
what's your relationship like with records, like from the beginning? You know, like from the where are you from? What side of Canton you from?
I was born and raised in Jackson Township.
Okay, polar bears. All right, all right.
Yeah. No, music has always been a part of my life. I grew up dancing, and both my parents were very much into music, and we had records. I have an older brother and older sister, which gave me a good scope of like 80s and 90s music, and I was just always immersed. But dance has always been there. And when you're a young child listening to music a couple times a week, and then as you age, you're listening to music constantly. During the week. You're just from classical ballet stuff to jazz stuff to all of that. But then coming home to a dad who loves The Who and a mom. I just dropped my girls off at my mom's before I got here, and she was blaring Mary J's Christmas album.
Wow.
Getting ready to bake cookies. She's always been on the R&B and like soul side of it.
So you had it all.
I had it all, and I'm very fortunate. Yeah, and records have come in and out of my life. I used to steal everybody's in my family and thrash them on my Fish Price.
Yeah, all my grandma's some records.
Yeah, and then as I gotten older, record collecting and traveling and going to record shops has always been a part of my life, and I'm so grateful to be able to sell music in the space that I've created.
What was the first vinyl record you remember buying?
It was Tragic Kingdom, no doubt. I was a CD generation, but that album specifically was like, I think I need to have that.
No doubt. Man.
8th grade, man.
Gwen Stefani.
Which she's doing her thing now. But yeah, that was the first album. But the albums that stick out for me, my mom had a Motown box set, and my dad has Who's Last, which is one of the Who's live albums. Those two albums are like, they were always in the collection at home. I've found them, I've sold them. They've always come back to me, and I always enjoy them at the shop. So those two albums are pretty essential for me too.
Okay, Chase, what about you, man? You getting into vinyl? I know you're part of the newer generation.
And as far as investing, not really, no. But I've always appreciated it. I've been around it.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know collect records.
Like your parents, they collect some?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure my stepdad is like cool with them. I know my sisters, like, they collect records.
Yeah.
They like thrift and do all that stuff.
Sure. Jeremy, what about you, man?
The first actual vinyl I bought was a couple years ago, and it was MGK's Tickets to My Downfall album, actually.
Was it a colored vinyl?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, MGK likes
Like the color?
yeah, he likes a little variant flair.
It was, I think it's just his black and white version of the album, I think it was.
I think the first vinyl that I bought was off my grandma.
Oh yeah.
She used to always have when I pick with her records, and I didn't really know like a lot of what the songs were.
Sure.
And I was like, Grandma, can I buy some records off of you? And I was like, okay. So the one that I bought from her, I actually have my own, is this one, Dr. Buzzard's original Savannah Band.
What's this sound like?
Okay, so they had this song on there called Sun Shower, and the song was in this movie called Boys in the Hood, and I was like, my grandma has that record. So being able to buy it myself with my own money, I bought that in Seattle.
Oh, John, this is why I love my industry. That story right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna buy my own, because she had the original version, but
Sure.
I remember
What's the
buying
song?
Sun Shower.
There it is.
Yep. It's a great song. I wish we could play it on the podcast, but we don't want to get sued.
I know. I was like, damn, it'd be so nice to put little snippets of things.
Just
Yeah, man.
message them on Instagram or something.
What'd you say?
Just message them on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, can I play this? They'll be like $20,000. I'm like, yeah, sorry, we don't got that. But so with Erie Street, what is it like being a record owner during the holiday season?
Well, I love it. I've always been kind of into retail, whether it's working or being at the salon or whatever. But that space is fully mine, and I get to curate it and decorate it and have people enjoy their time shopping.
Nice.
Holiday shopping is, it's exhausting. Most time people are pissed off. It's really nice to offer a space where people can actually enjoy themselves while they're shopping. And I'm a small shop. I'm not going to have the selection that everyone hopes and, but if you dig around, you might find something. I've got gift cards. Like,
Right.
just slow down,
Yeah.
get yourself a coffee and slow down and enjoy yourself for a minute. The music's always good in there. So I like giving people that holiday break.
What's that one album that you hate that people ask you about? The one that you get asked about the most? Not hate per se, but it's like, oh, I don't have it. But they just ask you. Is it a Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Is it? I knew it. It's a Taylor Swift album?
Well, they're hard. They're
that hard to find?
It's not that they're hard to find. They're just expensive for smaller shops to carry.
So you have to go to like a franchise, like a Target or Walmart.
And I know people, and I'm just upfront with people. I'm like, you're better off going to Barnes and Noble, Target, and they're like, oh, I want to support small. I'm like, if I understand that, and if you want to support small, get a gift card and do that. But for me to be able to spend the money that within my budget, I could buy 4 Taylor Swift albums. Mm-hmm. Sure, they'd sell, or I could get a dozen really interesting independent artists, something that someone's never heard of, or things that you've seen on Instagram and like, wait a minute, I like that. I like to push people a little bit. And when it comes to used vinyl, everyone loves the classics, but when you start digging in and you're like, wait a minute, I forgot about this band, So it's definitely a space I want people to slow down and enjoy themselves. You'll find something, but you're not going to find T-Swifts.
But with these holiday shoppers,
Yeah.
you could say all that. They would like, yeah, that's cool, but
yeah.
do you have the Taylor Swift album?
Like, no.
I told you I didn't have it.
I know. I'm sitting there behind my desk. Like, I've fully turned into like a John Cusack movie behind it. Like, I didn't know that was for sure going to happen, but that is legit my vibe right now. But I'm doing my best. And people that get it and that like shopping and always find something, they appreciate what I'm doing in there. So
you have a really great like selection. Like,
Thank you.
What's your what's like your personal favorite vinyl?
Well, I brought some that like, I brought my like 2024. I don't leave home without them because I'm DJing a lot more.
What's your DJ name?
Listen, it's just Erie Street Vinyl. I'm a little intimidated by this.
Sounds a little fire. DJ Erie Street Vinyl.
No, it's not.
It's a little long.
It's no. It's just I'm just kind of
just Erie Street Vinyl.
I'm just spinning as Erie Street Vinyl. I'm
should be a symbol like Prince, just a vinyl. Like
I'm working on it. I respect that whole side of this so much. Right now, I just spin records, and it's just.
Hey, look, she's modest about it, and then we go see her. All you hear is DJ Erie Street.
ESV.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
She's gonna be at the next Lost Lands with
right, she got Rolling Loud.
Not at all.
That Tame Impala, let's go. And then,
Is that Sam with DJ D's on
right?
Jack?
Is that Sam and Lil Yachty up there?
Can you imagine? No, I have a long way to go with all of that. I'm learning more and more every time, but I am enjoying that. But what I brought today is like what I like to sell, what I like to spin, and they're all special.
Let's see what you got.
So I love house music, and I don't care who knows it.
I was bumping Jungle Brothers. Girl, our house shoe, yes.
Listen, so this is Caribou's Honey, and it was...
Ooh.
Listen, right now they're touring. He's a mastermind, buttons and keys and drums, but he's got live drummers with him, and it's just a full-on joyous noise mix. And it's really fun music. It's consumable. It's not too housey, and I like throwing this on when I'm spinning. And then the whole album's really great to listen to.
Can
But
you show that off? Let's see it.
Carabelle.
Ooh.
And he had some.
I like that cover.
Covers are huge.
Oh, yeah.
Artwork's huge. He had some early 2000s stuff that was really good, but yeah, it's fun
Oh,
The yellow record.
stuff.
Yeah, that is cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
As a record connoisseur, that's gotta be like one of my favorite things. Is like when you get the record and the presentation is on point. I'm talking like the booklets. Some are so good you won't even open. Like I haven't even opened this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Right.
So some people, when they buy records from you, they're not just buying them to listen, but some are buying them just to collect.
Right.
You know, like
Oh,
I got this De La Soul. You know, you gotta have that. In the
That's-
collection.
Why was I just thinking about that? I thought I saw the colors.
well, that was such a joyous re-release because
It
for
was.
so long their music was locked in and
It was.
there was no represses or anything. And when we finally got
That was a great day.
that, seriously, I think there were so many people that were so
Yeah.
excited to finally listen and consume them again.
Little Ronnie Laws, Friends
Oh.
and Strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some Ronnie Laws in the bin.
Yeah, I seen it. Right. I got, and this is my special one. This is Jay Electronica's album, A Written Testimony, and like 9 of the songs have Jay-Z on them. And my friend Brandon, shout out my homie Brandon Schneider, B Schneider, he got me that for my
Schneider.
birthday.
That's beautiful.
Shouts out Brandon.
And then if you touch the back of it, it's got like the lettering and all of that. Like,
Wow.
yeah. That's what I like about vinyl too.
What's that sound like?
A Written Test. This is great.
Well, send it to me.
I will. This is dope, man. You gotta get you some records, Chase.
I know,
It's like
man.
holding art, right?
It is investment though. You're
Yeah.
right.
For
And
sure.
if you're mobile, like if you're not situated, moving your shit around, like it's a
Oh
whole
man,
thing.
I should have brought my friend Brandon. Shout out to Brandon. Both sides of the mic. That was the first podcast I
Okay,
did.
okay.
Brandon, like he buys. I think when we had the group chat conversation, he said he bought a Rihanna box set and he paid like $1,000 for it.
I remember the first time I met him, whenever I helped you guys set up for
He
the
had
Freestyle Friday.
crates.
The whole crates. Yeah, we had to bring, oh my God.
Brandon's collecting them and like
Those things were heavy.
they are an
For
investment.
sure.
It's an investment, and it is. I mean,
Yeah, he was so proud of every single one that he had.
You,
too.
I mean, in a way, you are though. Like, especially if you keep them in like good condition. If you know the value behind them, Are there expensive records out there, like value wise?
yeah, yes, there are. I think with new stuff, with box sets, with all the variants that they do now,
Yeah.
you're already putting a price point on those. But as for used vinyl and original pressings, things have been repressed so much.
But you'll find some gems in a dollar bin too.
You can find some
Yep.
really solid stuff.
can.
Yeah, I'm very conscious when I price used vinyl because it is subjective, but you want things to move. You don't want to
do.
put top tier on it. You want people to enjoy and find things and be able to afford things. But yeah, I mean, I have some interesting, like I have some old early represses of like Led Zeppelin, some cool Beatles presses from the 70s. Like there's some cool things that collectors seek out. I'm not going to put a cheap price tag on them because I do know that they're rare and if they're in good shape. But yeah, I for me as a listener though, I've opened all of my albums.
For real?
Oh.
You don't have any records that you haven't opened.
I've opened all of them.
Don't tempt me.
No, you don't. No,
I can't.
no.
I just the way I don't know. Like I just. Well, this one is open on the side, but like for example, okay, like this, like the daylight and
Yeah.
I just can't open them.
Now I would see, and I understand that, and I respect that. But if you can find another copy of things,
Yeah.
like that De La Soul, you can find another copy of those.
Yeah, 'cause
now.
this is like a repress.
Yeah. So enjoy it, But if you want to keep that one, find one on sale somewhere or whatever. But yeah, no, I
You
care.
open all yours?
I pop that cellophane open so quick. I love that. But yeah.
What else you got in there?
Okay, so this is my favorite album of 2024. This is Peter Cat Recording Company.
Ooh.
So I got hip to them about a decade ago. They have a couple other albums. Their music is just super lush. It's Indian influenced, psychedelic, beautiful stuff. But they were opening up for Krungbin this summer out west.
Were they?
Yes. And when I saw their name, I was like, wait a minute, they're resurfacing. And then I saw that they had a new album come out. So if you can imagine Krungbin had a huge tour this year, but they had different openers.
And they were in Cleveland. Missed it.
There was one out in Oregon that I wanted to go to because they were, Peter Cat was recording was.
I feel like that would be an experience, like going to a concert like that in Oregon.
Yeah.
In a band like that.
Let's go.
For sure.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm ready.
Somebody in that crowd is on ayahuasca for sure.
Oh, yeah.
80% of them probably are.
What'd you say?
80% probably are.
It's just that type of music. Like, you don't have to be on something to enjoy Krungbin, but
if you're in Oregon,
it's a high probability. Somebody out there is just.
It definitely enhances the experience.
But this album, this beta, I actually just sold out of it yesterday at the shop because I've been pushing it. His vocal work, very traditional Indian. Their notes are different. They carry different way. There's traditional instruments, there's mixing, there's horns. It's one of those bands you can tell there's a lot of members to.
Big band.
Oh, yeah. Big sound and just beautiful messages throughout, too. I'm not huge with lyrics. I'm a drum and bass person, but for some reason I can really understand everything he says, and it's beautiful stuff. So, yeah, this is my favorite album of the year.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Peter Cat Recording Company.
I like that presentation.
Oh, again, albums, like, you can just dig so much more into it all.
I see you got that banger up under that one.
Listen, another top
Yes.
2024.
Yes. K Trinata. Shout out to K Trinata.
Listen, I keep saying listen.
That song with Don Toliver,
Every single one of them.
banger. You got Don Toliver on there.
Charlotte Day Wilson. So I have all of his albums. I love everything. Bubba 99.9%.
Yeah, 99.9.
Everything he makes, I listen to. The music that he produces, who he brings in with the tracks, the visuals, just the vibe of it all. I just really enjoy him. And this album is timeless. Like, literally, you hear so much familiar, but then it's still modern. That Childish Gambino track, like, I haven't heard much of his Childish Gambino's last one, but I am obsessed with that witch. Like, I haven't gotten over that. And you can tell that he is global.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
for sure.
tell.
K Trinata, definitely.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, he understands what U.S. ears, consume. But you can hear Montreal. You can hear Europe. You can hear. He has Asian. Like, it's all in there. And yeah, I really this was my hip hop album of the year.
Shout out K Trinata.
So good. I can't stop listening to it. That Drip Sweat, the first one that they released, Drip Sweat with Chanel Treese.
Let me see that.
Just, yeah.
Look at this.
They weren't really produced.
Thundercat.
I spoiled myself, and I got that shipped over from France.
You got this?
Yeah, and I opened that.
Opened it?
I opened that bitch up, and I put the poster up in my shop. I listened to my record.
K Trinata.
I can't, God forbid, I open mine.
Oh, no, maybe that's just me. What else you got? What's that?
My last one. So, keeping with like my love for independent music,
That is fire.
I do love finding sounds, like whether it's the producer, like K Trinata, whether it's the drummer or the guitarist. When I find a sound I like, if they're in an independent music scene, they're probably in more than one project. So the drummer of this band, this is a French indie rock band called Deware. I just can't stop listening to it. Beautiful cover. Harder stuff the lead singer's got the most beautiful, almost operatic voice.
It's like the more abstract the cover, the more fire the album. Ain't that crazy? You be like, what is that? Then you play the album and it's like, oh man, this is good. I like this.
The drummer, I just like the drummer and found another one of his side projects. And this is my rock album, but it wasn't even, I don't even think it's from this year, but I've just found it. And every time I put it on at the record store, I love it when people engage, like, wait, what is this? Mm-hmm. And I, get to like put my glasses on. Well, it's a French indie band.
It's French indie. And they're like, what's that?
Yeah. But no, that's the beauty of being able to be immersed in my shop and in the industry. I mean, I'm producing, I'm grading used albums, getting things out there, keeping track of what's, popular and getting what I can. But I, as a listener, can dig in so much. And I'm really grateful for that.
How long has your shop been open now?
I opened in October 21. So, yeah.
3 years.
3 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. It's not, new hours are working. I'm there Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 6. And that's been good. So, working my other job and finding balance there, but the shop's not going anywhere. I have plans for this year and I have a whole new kind of life to look forward to with the shop. So I'm excited about it.
Good. Any last questions for Sam before we go on the break?
Are there any albums that you personally really want to get into the shop and sell?
GNX, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh,
you gotta get that.
That's gonna be expensive.
I already know. If Taylor Swift is taxing.
You know what though? Kendrick though, I can still get him from smaller distributors. There's still he does well with record sales because it's not astronomical. I can confidently have any of the Kendrick albums in my store, which is nice.
I'd like to get Section 80.
Which one's that?
That's like one of his earlier.
The one before Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, before his debut album. Those ones.
I'd have to deep dive on those.
Yeah, somebody has it somewhere.
Somebody has
What about a Christmas record? You have a favorite?
Yes, I love Christmas music. There's some really great modern Christmas music. Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, their Christmas album is amazing. Kelly Finnegan from Coal Mine Records, Joyful Sounds is solid, modern, fun, and don't sleep on RuPaul's Christmas albums.
Okay.
They're very fun.
Listen, one thing I heard about these Christmas songs, I heard that the biggest Christmas song this year isn't All I Want for Christmas, it's Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
Brenda Lee.
Yeah, that song finally hit 1 billion streams.
You want to know mine?
What's that?
A Wonderful Christmas Time.
What's that?
By
Paul McCartney.
Oh, that one's beautiful. Yeah, that one's beautiful.
Yeah. I like Wham.
I used to work in a store years ago when I was in high school, and I'm not that long ago, but long enough ago.
Yeah.
And they used to play that all the time.
Yep.
I never heard that song before, and I'm just like, damn, this is kind of good.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Just everything, the
Last Christmas,
melody.
man. Wham.
Yeah.
Jingle Bell Rock is probably my favorite.
Jingle Bell Rock.
Yeah, that's up there.